I am so frustrated by these ambulance chasing brokers who are just a pack of so mad. Well, you know what? That actually felt pretty good. So this isn't the tip of this video, but a tip for life. And it feels good if you're frustrated to make a video, get it out of the system, and then you don't post the video. And it's kind of like writing a letter and burning it. You know, it just feels good to get it out. What's that? We're gonna post this video? Talking to my vice president of videos. Huh. Well, I guess we are gonna post this video, but you know, it still feels good to get it out. Anyway, we'll move forward. That wasn't the tip, like I said. What I'm going to talk about today are these mailers you'll receive in the mail probably about these refinance rates that are oftentimes unrealistic. But I'm going to tell you why you get them, how you should read them, and what you could do to limit them if you wanted to limit them. I think you should, but I'm kind of biased. But at any rate, let's get started. So the first part, why you get them. So when you apply for a mortgage, you're going to get a tri-merged credit report pulled. That means it's a credit report that gives you credit and a credit score for Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, all three of the major credit bureaus. Believe it or not, what these credit bureaus do, as soon as your credit's pulled, is they sell your information. These are called trigger leads. Second part of this video I'm going to talk about is how to read these mailers if you get them. Maybe sometimes they're emails you get. But like most financial documents, it's in the fine print. So you want to look at the assumptions that they're making. I have an example here, and this letter is actually, which I'll put the details on the screen, is the straw that broke the camel's back for me, because I received this exact same letter from two different borrowers, and they both, you know, kind of soured on me a little bit. I ended up explaining to them, you know, the fine print, and you know they're happy with me and we were moving forward, but you know, it caused some delay. And that's what's frustrating about these, is that they're misleading. They're providing people information for loans that they don't qualify for. But again, the straw that broke the camel's back was when I went to visit my mom, and she said, "Hey, Bri Boy," that's what my mom calls me, "Bri Boy, I got this in the mail. What do you think?" It was one of these letters, and I said, "Oh, come on, you're kidding me. You got to be kidding me." So let me explain to you how to look at these things. In this example, we're going to start by, on the front page, it says cash out option. No mortgage payment for 2 months. What? What? Like, that's not a cash out option. That is not a cash out option. You can do that with any refinance. So you can skip 2 mortgage payments. You can structure a loan that way. That is not a cash out option. So that's very misleading. So now we're going to flip to the back, where in this case they have the small print. The first thing that catches my eye is that the example requires a 760 FICO. So at 760 or better FICO, that's where you're going to get the best mortgage rates, and that's reasonable. So you're going to assume the person has good credit. So I'm not going to knock them too hard on that, but just know, if you get a letter like this and you don't have perfect credit, it doesn't apply to you, because the scenario they're painting isn't specific to you. It's specific to that best borrower ever, okay? So the second part, loan to value no higher than 50%. What? Okay, this loan is for $625,000. It's a little 2-bedroom, 1-bath in Ojai, okay? It's not worth $1.2 million. So to get this rate, you're going to have a house that's worth 1.2 million, and that's just not accurate, and that's not the case. So that is very misleading. It's not a cash out. You don't have 50% loan to value. Okay, but the next one's the kicker. VA eligibility may be required to qualify. What? This is a VA loan? This is a VA loan? VA loans, if you're not familiar, are the best loans with the lowest interest rates in the world. So this borrower is not a veteran, but so they're saying you gotta have perfect credit. This is for a VA loan, and you have to have 50% or less loan to value. I mean, come on. So none of these things apply to my borrower, but you're sending them this deal. Call me right away. You're pre-approved. So it's very misleading, and then they're like, well, why isn't my rate 2.875? It's like, well, because it's high balance, and because you don't have much equity in the house, and it throws me off. I don't like it. I think it's ambulance chasers. It's not a upfront way of doing business. It's disingenuous and misleading. I don't like it, but I could be wrong. I am biased in this situation, but I don't like it, and I want to get the word out about these mailers. Read the small print. Okay, and the last misleading point I want to point out on this mailer specifically is they say 2.875% rate, 3.127% APR. So that's another thing. You want to look at the APR versus the rate, and you can go, there's calculators you can go to online, but for this loan for $625,000, 2.875, to get a 3.127 APR, that's over 3 points of fees, of APR fees. There's other prepaid expenses and non-APR fees. So just in APR fees, it's over 3%. So you're asking for this rate. Oh, I want this 2.875% rate, but you don't realize you're going to pay about over $20,000 in fees to get that rate. And I never charge anybody 3 points for origination charges. No. So again, this is a full bait and switch, and it's unfortunate, but I'm trying to get the word out. Consider yourself warned. Am I coming off like sour grapes here? I don't want it. I want to come off like I'm helping you out, because I really feel like this is, read the fine print. Maybe it's a good deal. I don't want to be so jaded that all these are bad, but it's just all the ones I've seen are misleading, and I speak the language. I understand the loan being presented, and I really think I'm just coming from a good place. I am coming from a good place. I think these are bad hombres, as they say. I think these are bad hombres. I'm coming from a good place, and these are bad hombres. That's my position. Sticking to it. If you think I'm coming from a good place, just hit the like button. Okay. Now, if you think I'm coming from a bad place, like sour grapes kind of area, then hit the like button. Hit the like button right now. Part 3, what you can do to limit your information from being shared. What you want to do, website below, you want to go to optoutprescreen.com. And by registering there, your information will not be shared on triggered lead lists for 5 years. So every 5 years, you're going to have to do it again. That's a pretty solid move. I did it. I would recommend you do it. Another option is always throw it in the trash. Maybe rip it, throw it in the trash. It's trash. It's trash. That's my opinion. Maybe it's not, but I think it's misleading. I like being upfront and honest, and I don't feel like that is an honest approach. But I know everybody's got to make a living. So second, and you probably have done this, and maybe it works and maybe it doesn't, but do not call list. So go to the do not call registry, sign up there, and they should not be able to to call you if you're on that list, but it seems like they still get through it. So in closing, your friends at the credit bureaus sell your information via trigger leads. Read the small print from these bad hombres. And that's my opinion. My opinion about the bad hombres, not my opinion about reading the small print. So there's going to be an assumption of the loan. You probably won't fit that assumption unless you're like perfect, but then you probably already have a low rate. You don't need the mailer. Best hope of limiting these bad hombres is optoutprescreen.com. So sign up there. So in closing, I hope this information was helpful. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe should you choose, and have a great day. Thanks a lot. Bye now. Hombres, in my opinion, my hair been up the whole time. My hair been